Good morning, Jackednnerdy fans. Jeremy here with a review of the latest Netflix movie, Glass Onion. This is a Knives Out mystery or sequel to the original Knives Out. But before we jump into that review, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on a video. And if you do enjoy these videos, please make sure that you give them a thumbs up. That makes sure that the algorithm knows that people are enjoying our videos and is more likely to put it out there. But more importantly, it lets us know that you guys are enjoying our content. Also, if you enjoy our content and you want to see some more behind the scenes stuff, check out our Instagram. It is at Jackednnerdy. We've got lots of behind the scenes kind of stuff going up on there all the time. So make sure you check that out if you are interested. Now, so with that out of the way, Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. Given the amount of money that Netflix shelled out just for the rights to make these films, following the success of the original Knives Out, it is only, I suppose, the smartest move that they did decide to do a limited release in cinemas, which I went to last night. This movie is in cinemas for approximately, as far as I know, 1 month to have a theatrical release and to obviously recoup some of the money that they spent on acquiring the rights. And then in a month's time, it will be heading to streaming on Netflix. So if you are a fan of going to the movies and you're a fan of this franchise, or if you just like a good murder mystery, it's definitely worth heading to the cinemas sometime over the next couple of weeks while this is doing its theatrical run to go and check out this movie. So, Glass Onion was written and directed by Rian Johnson, who also did the first Knives Out movie. He also did Star Wars: The Last Jedi and many other films. I liked the very first Knives Out. I thought it was a very good film, great murder mystery, fantastic cast, but also very refreshing. The murder mystery genre seemed to have died many years ago, just out of the blue, just kind of they just stopped making these types of films. But with the success of the original Knives Out, done a couple of years ago, we've seemed to be getting a little bit of a resurgence. A couple of weeks ago, you may have seen I did a review of See How They Run, which was a fantastic murder mystery movie. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you go and check that out after this. But with the success of the first Knives Out film, we're now starting to get a bit of a resurgence with these murder mystery movies, which I think is refreshing. I do like a good mystery, and Glass Onion did not disappoint. I actually enjoyed this movie more than the original Knives Out. I think especially like Daniel Craig was given a lot more freedom in this film to kind of let the character, just kind of develop the character more, show us a bit more of his personality and what have you. A bit more of his character arc and story arc as well. And plus, I think Rian Johnson kind of was given a little bit more flexibility maybe, or allowed himself a bit more flexibility to kind of really flesh out the characters more, obviously being a sequel. But look, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. As I said, I actually enjoyed it more than the first one. Not to say that the first one was bad. It was very, very good. But I think this one just kind of really nailed it on all levels. It's got a fantastic cast. As I said, Daniel Craig is back as the lead kind of character in Detective Benoit Blanc. We've got Jessica Henwick, who I absolutely love. She was in some of the original Netflix Marvel series like Daredevil, Iron Fist, things like that. Katie Hudson, who I'm not overly familiar with, but she was quite good. Obviously, Edward Norton was fantastic. I'm a huge fan of Edward Norton and his work. Kathryn Hahn, who I absolutely love her in the Bad Mums franchises. There were also, Janelle Monáe, who was absolutely brilliant. Leslie Odom Jr., who I'm not hugely familiar with his work, but he was very, very, very good. Obviously, Dave Bautista, who's been in a lot of the trailers, he did a fantastic job with his character. And I'm not going to give anything away, but there are lots and lots and lots of cameos in this that pop up throughout the entire movie. Every single time you get a bit of a giggle, and it's great. Also, now, slight spoiler, but it doesn't give anything away of the overall story. There is one cameo I have to mention in this, purely because we recently lost her, which was a great big tragedy. Angela Lansbury makes an appearance in this film, which I thought was fantastic. Obviously being a murder mystery film, and she was one of the iconic murder mystery characters in obviously Murder, She Wrote. It was just nice to have that little cameo in there, which gave you a bit of a smile and a little bit of the warm and fuzzies. And so Angela Lansbury does make a very small cameo in this film, which I thought was absolutely brilliant, brought a smile to my face. But then there are heaps of other cameos, some of which I didn't even pick up. I'm just looking at the list now, and I don't even remember seeing a few of them. So, look, casting, hands down, was absolutely phenomenal with this film. Writing, the story is amazing, and just when you think you know what's going on, it does a complete 180, turns it on its head, and gives you a completely different story. The writing it was absolutely brilliant. Rian Johnson did a fantastic job of directing. The cinematography is brilliant. Just the scenic shots and the way everything looks is just grand and beautiful. And I really, top to bottom, this is the first Netflix film that I have zero criticisms of. I cannot actually find anything to fault with this film. Top to bottom, left to right, hands down, I have zero complaints about this movie. It's at the moment on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 94% critic rating, which I would agree 100% with. I would put this in the top 90%. I thoroughly enjoyed this film. It has great rewatchability. I can't wait to watch this movie again. Obviously, because it comes out in about a month on Netflix, I won't go back to the cinemas and see it. But as soon as it comes out on Netflix, I can guarantee you I'll be sitting down with Mrs. Jackednnerdy, and we'll be having a date night with a pizza and a six-pack and watching this movie for sure. Because she loves the original Knives Out, just like I do, and she's wanted to see this since the first trailers dropped as well. So we will definitely be sitting down and watching this. So look, absolutely, I agree with the Rotten Tomatoes score of 94%. I mean, if I had to rank it out of 10, I would give it an 8 to 8.5. again, like, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I will definitely be watching it again. And legitimately, I cannot find any fault with it. The way that it was shot, edited, everything, hands down, top to bottom, was absolutely brilliant. And the casting, Daniel Craig really shines in this film. Like I said, in the first film, it was fantastic. He did a really great job, but I think he got to play with his character a lot more in this. Got to develop the character more and show us a bit more of not just the detective, but the person behind the detective, the character, and Jessica Henwick, who I absolutely adore, Dave Bautista, Edward Norton. The cast is phenomenal. Do yourself a favour, if you love murder mysteries, head out to the cinemas, check out Glass Onion while it's in the cinemas. You definitely will not regret it. It is a fantastic film. If you're a bit unsure, like I said, by all means, you can wait, and it will come out on Netflix in a month or two's time. But I think the best way for us to get more of these types of movies, especially if we really enjoy them, is to go out and see them at the cinema, so the studio or the creators get some of that revenue. They get the idea that there is a market for these types of films and people want to see them, so they're more inclined to make more of them. I would like to see the murder mystery genre come back and get a few more of these types of films. A couple a year would be fantastic. I'd really enjoy that. What about you? Hit us up in the comments below. Let us know your thoughts. Have you seen Glass Onion? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? What are your thoughts on the murder mystery genre? Would you like to see more of these types of movies? I'd be interested to know if there are other people out there like me that enjoy this genre and like these films, or whether there's it's a dead kind of genre, and people don't want to see them anymore. Hit us up in the comments below. Let us know your thoughts. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on a video. And if you do enjoy this content, please, please, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, because that lets us know that you enjoy it and it encourages us to keep going. Also, keep an eye out on the channel over the next couple of weeks. We've got heaps more content coming out. Next week, we've got Violent Night that hits the cinemas. I'm really excited to see this one. David Harbour playing a overly violent Santa Claus. Looks like an absolute blast. We've got Avatar: The Way of Water coming up in the next couple of weeks as well. Also, we've got some videos coming up from Mrs. Jackednnerdy. She's managed to get her hands on some new mystery boxes that we are in the process of filming, and those will be coming out over the next couple of weeks as well. So make sure you keep an eye out for those. With that said, that's it from us for this week. So until next time, guys, stay jacked and stay nerdy.